Hi guys, welcome and welcome back again to another juicy video. How are you guys doing? I know you are doing absolutely amazing, just as I am doing here in London. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Becca. On this channel, basically I talk about nursing. I do lifestyle videos, a little bit of me, fun and positive vibes here and there. Today I have a very high profile personality here with me on my YouTube channel. She is in the person of Josefyn Greatness here on YouTube, and she is a registered midwife all the way from Ghana in West Africa here in the UK. So she was a midwife in Ghana, practiced for 8 years, came to the UK, and now she is practicing as a UK RM. She is the first Ghanaian midwife to have traveled overseas to practice here in the UK, and she came whilst this red list brouhaha was going on in the UK. So after she passed IELTS at first attempt, wrote CBT twice, did over 100 job applications on Track Job. Today, she is a registered midwife with us here in the UK. And so Josefyn will be sharing her experience, the transition, the process, everything you need to know to transition from overseas into the UK as a registered midwife. Stay tuned and watch this video right until the end. So welcome Josefyn to my channel. So Josefyn is going to tell us when she came to the UK, how long she's been practicing in the UK and in Ghana, her experiences and everything about herself basically. Welcome Josefyn to my channel.
Thank you, Becca. I'm Josefyn. On YouTube, I'm Josefyn Greatness. I'm a registered midwife, originally from Ghana. I practiced for over 8 years in Ghana. And I'm now in the UK as a registered midwife. I've practiced here for barely about 6 months now. Yep.
Wow. So I know Josefyn personally back in Ghana before, we both met here in the UK. So we both attended the same college, which is Kolebu Nursing and Midwifery Training College. Josefyn did midwifery, I did RG, and we completed the same year. And by the grace of God, Josefyn is here as a midwife. So she is a UK RM. Big congratulations to you, Josefyn. You are the first midwife I know from Ghana, and this is like a massive achievement.
Wow.
Really well, yeah, because people have said that it's not possible to become a midwife from overseas, and so you are a deal breaker. You've just set the pace, and I know it is going to continue. And thank you so much for having time with me here on my channel. So to begin with, what did you start with the process of becoming a midwife in the UK? How did you start, or how did you go about the process?
Okay, I would say that the first, step is the decision to come. So first of all, I decided to come, and then I got to know about the requirements. I went online, went into NMC UK, that's the Nurses and Midwifery Council UK, because as at the time that I decided to migrate to the UK, it was, everywhere that the UK wasn't employing overseas midwives, especially from Africa. So I just had to be sure of what I was getting into, because, it's money involving. So first of all, I went to the internet, read about NMC, the register, how to get into it, got to know the exam that I need to write. And then I also went on YouTube. As I said, there were no information for midwives. So I was just using the nurses, videos on how to get into the UK as nurses. And that's what I used to start my process. So first of all, I wrote the IELTS. And then I went on to write the midwifery CBT. And then after that, I registered an account to Track Jobs, started applying for jobs, got interview offers, had my interviews, had job offers, had to choose which of the offers I wanted to come work with, and then I'm here.
Okay, so that is like a general overview of the entire process, right? I mean, the process is just like nurses, but I know at a point it is very specific to midwives. So you started from the IELTS. What is the IELTS required band score? How long did you take to pass your IELTS? And how many attempts did you take with the IELTS?
Okay, so just as the nursing requirement for IELTS is just the same thing for midwives as well. So the lowest band that you could get was 6.5 in writing, if
Yeah.
I'm here. And for me, I didn't, register with any IELTS institution to be taught or anything of that sort. I read on my own. I studied on my own. I went online again. In this age, everything technology, you go online, you get everything you need. So I went online, searched for IELTS, virtual teachers, and then I got Chris Pell. Chris Pell of IELTS Advantage. He's the one that his site, I use his site. I covered every note that Chris Pell has on IELTS on his site. And I used about 6 months to study everything, made sure that I was ready. And then I went and I hit it just one attempt.
Wow. So by 6 months, no tuition anywhere, you did your self-paced studies
Yeah.
using online resources and you hit it at first attempt. Massive
Yeah.
congratulations. So after the IELTS, what was the next stage you did?
Okay, so immediately I got my bands for IELTS. I just want to add on to the IELTS preparation. I want to encourage anybody that is feeling like, oh, I can't learn on my own. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Dear, I did it on my own, and
It's
I got
doable.
it's doable. When I opened my results, the first band I saw was band 9, and I was like,
Wow.
oh, really?
Ooh.
I got band 9 in listening
Wow.
through online, notes on a site. I read and read and read. I practiced, and I got a band 9 in listening. I got all the bands that I needed. So you can also do it, all right? So right after the IELTS, I zoomed into CBT. As at then, we didn't have much. It was around the time that the new CBT had just started coming, the top 21.
Yeah.
Old CBT was being done away with, and the new one had come. And midwifery, as you know, we didn't have much information, much guidance about what questions we were going to see and all that. So we just had to fall on NMC site. They had general information about how the CBT is, where questions are picked from. So that is where I started with. And then God being so good, I was introduced to a Telegram page where it's all made up of midwifery midwives who were preparing for CBT. So I got into that, and then we started learning on the Telegram page. Sometimes I just watch. What I did was I watched to see people who were, always asking for what was the answer to this question, what's the answer. So I saw that, okay, maybe this person is almost writing. So I started picking out those people, sent them private messages, and then we became four girls, four friends. We are still very close friends now.
Wow.
And we started learning together. We killed ourselves, like we gave ourselves to it. There is nothing that if you don't persevere, you will get. There is nothing cheap and just go pick it and take it home and you are good to go. So if you want to come through this, route, migrating to the UK, I want you to, keep at it, like take it serious, steady, and you will get it. So we read, we had nice guidelines, we had Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists guidelines. We put all together and we were studying day, afternoon, evening, dawn, midnight. We just had one mind. We in a day we just agree on what time we are going to meet. We meet virtually on WhatsApp, video, or sometimes Zoom, sometimes Teams. And we did that till we all went to write. But then, as I said, we were part of almost the first batch of people that did the top 21. So it was kind of a bit vague for us. We didn't know whether we were going to meet questions that had already been set in the old one or not. But we did prepare ourselves. I had to write it again. I did it twice because the first one I couldn't get it. And among the four of us, I was the first person, I was the scapegoat, I was the first person that went. So I went to taste it. Then I kind of like, Charlie girls, we have to rearrange ourselves again and go back again. But then it so happens that it was as though it was just 2 questions or 3 questions that got me to go back again to write. So it wasn't so much of like we learned and it didn't work for us.
Yeah.
It worked. It was just about 2, 3 questions that we didn't really understand, because the CBT, it's computer-based test. That's CBT, computer-based test for midwives or for general nurses or whatever you are doing. And for us midwives, our pass mark is a bit higher than that of the nurses. We have to score about 80 to 90% for it to be passed. And you have to pass both the part A and the part B. Part A is numeracy, drug calculations and stuff. And the part B is the clinical. And the clinical, the answers are closely almost the same. So it's very difficult for you to pinpoint. You will sit there and you're like, is it A? No. It's B. Should I pick A or should I pick Charlie? It was something else. But we pulled through.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say, because before all this, people are like, there are no midwives in the UK. It's not possible. Where did they get materials from? And so you are a living testimony. And I know before the CBT, you have to send your document to NMC of UK. How fast was that? Was it very fast for you?
So what I did was that for you to start getting into the NMC register, you need to first of all verify yourself with your home country NMC. You need to clear yourself. Yeah. And what some people do is that they start with NMC UK when they hadn't yet cleared themselves with NMC Ghana or wherever country they are in. So what I did was that I cleared myself with my home country, made sure I had paid what I have to pay, gotten all the signatories I needed from all the facilities I've worked, my school, before I went ahead to start with the NMC UK. So by the time I paid my fees with NMC UK, I had already settled NMC Ghana the clearance fee. So immediately NMC UK got my eligibility fee. They called NMC Ghana and I was already there. Like NMC Ghana knew that I was clearing myself. So within less than 24 hours, my eligibility went through. I got the decision letter to write my CVT. So it wasn't a long process for me because it was tactful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now you've passed your IELTS, you've passed your CBT. You are now at the crossroad. It's like one leg is in your country, one leg is in the UK. So now you are looking for a job. How did you go about looking for the job? Because I know this red list countries and everything that has come has made things very, very difficult for people to move into the UK. So did you use an agent? Did you do direct employment? How did you get your job?
Okay. Still on the internet again.
It's like now we just live on the internet.
I live there. That is where I was living. So even before I passed my CBT, I had done my, underground investigations, and I got to know that even though the red list country thing was there, some people were still going through agencies. So there were quite about 2 agencies that I spoke to, and they were willing to help. But the way they were going about the thing, it was as if, are they sure? Will this regular thing not catch up with me? So I was like, oh no, let me just go back and read well. So I went back, read well, and then I found out that even though we are in a red list country list, we could actually apply to the NHSs ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I registered with Track Jobs and Indeed. So even though the agencies had my details with them, trying to find me a job and all that, I was also doing my own thing. So still with my friends, we did everything together. We set time for everything because we were all working. Some of us, me for instance, I was doing 2 jobs in Ghana, and I'm a mother. Sorry, I wasn't. I am a mother. And most of my friends, the other 3 ladies, the same thing. So we had to set time. In a day, we set, targets for ourselves that, okay, today we are applying for about 15 jobs. Tomorrow, 15. So we just keep checking up on each other. Have you hit your targets? Have you hit it? And that is what we were doing. So I applied for over 100 jobs. There was no band 5 or 6 midwifery that I didn't apply to.
You applied for over 100 jobs on track.
Yeah, on 100. Track. Yeah.
Wow.
It's all about perseverance, Becca. I was there is no band 5 or band 6 job that I did not apply to. So on track job, this is what we were doing. When you go on track, the NHS is, track has listed them in alphabetical order. So we go to all the NHS trusts that start with A. We look through all of it up to the last letter.
So you started from A to Z.
A to Z, and applied for every. And then when we got to the last letter, we go back again and start again, and then look and see if a new vacancy has popped up again. So, and then it wasn't just about on track or Indeed. Immediately we finish sending on track, we look for the recruiter, the staff that is in charge of that job vacancy. And then we follow up with an email, a personal email to the person. Tell the person, okay, hello, blah, 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 blah. I've applied for this vacancy. I'm just informing you so that you can look out for it for me. This is my documents. I've passed IELTS, I've passed CBT. Then we send to the person. So it got to a point when I started getting job offers. One of the agencies called me. The agent was very angry. Like, I don't know why he was angry. He was like, I called one NHS. They were trying to work out for you. I sent them your CV, and then they said they know you already. And I was saying in my mind,
you were already present. You've registered yourself.
I'm present in all the NHS in the UK. So don't worry, calm down. Just calm
So
down.
you've given us a very pro tip here. So apart from applying on track job and supporting or writing a good supporting statement, you didn't end there. You go back, on track job, if you are applying for the job, they attach the person in charge with their email and their contact number on track job. So you go a step ahead to private message them, send them an email, follow up, telling them that, look, I've applied for this job. Can you please look out for me?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's exactly what I did.
So how long did it take you to get a job from the time you started searching?
Okay, I passed my CBT in November. And then within a week, I got job offers.
Wow.
I mean, interview offers within a week.
I don't think you slept. I don't think you slept. I think you were
after the CBT, I was detained. I was dehydrated.
Oh,
I was detained in my facility because the stress was too much.
Bless you. I know. Me too. Same happened to me when I was coming. When I finished the whole process and I got my COS, I felt terribly ill. I went on admission. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But with determination, you have done it. Now you are in the UK. When you came to the UK, you wrote OSCEs.
Yeah.
How different is the OSCE? Because I know OSCE is different for mental health, pediatrics, general nursing. How did you get around with your OSCE? Did the trust help you, or did you have to use your own private studies?
Okay, this is Josefyn. This is me. I'm one person that I plan ahead. So immediately I got my job offer. Even when I was waiting for my COS, my visa and stuff, I had already started studying for OSCE back home. Some of the ladies, we had about 2 or 3. I told you I was part of a midwifery Telegram page. And the ladies that created is Show Me O'Clock. She's also a YouTuber, Show Me O'Clock. They were in the UK already. They are as of now. So I used to send them Telegram messages. Can they please help us as they helped us with CBT? Because Show Me personally used to have Zoom meetings with myself and my other 3 ladies to take us through CBT. She did so well. She was there for even with a busy schedule. Show Me was doing so well. So when we finished, I went back to her for OSCE, and she was like, relax. When you come to the UK, your trust is going to train you. Just relax. So they just put us aside with the OSCE. So I told my ladies, my other friends, let's start something with the OSCE. Let's not wait till we get there because we don't know how they are going to train us, whether it's going to be enough for us. So we started a Telegram page. So I have an OSCE Telegram page with my girls.
Mm-hmm.
We have a CBT Telegram page, which the success stories are serious. There are people who self-sponsor themselves to the UK to write OSCE just with our Telegram, OSCE Telegram page. We go,
Wow.
we've done so many presentations on Telegram, and people just go and pass. So the success story is dope. The
So
Telegram page link,
is your Telegram page open to everyone? Can
it
people
is open to
join?
everyone. All people can join. So far as you are a midwife, you are ready to write your OSCE. Come there. Everything. What we say is that everything you need to pass the OSCE is on that page.
Yeah.
So that's what we started. So what we did was that we didn't know anything from the beginning when we created the page. And we were like, hey, what have we done to ourselves? Are we going to, keep up to it? Because immediately we created the page, people started joining in their numbers. And we knew nothing to give to them. So we just shared the work amongst ourselves. We started researching. Okay, you research on the API, you research on the normals, you research on the abnormals, and that is how we started it. So through researching and researching, we got other people who were also willing to help. They also started researching with us. We drew timetable and we started. And today the page is a serious success. So by the time I started my training with my trainer here in the UK, it was a revision for me.
Yeah.
It was just a revision for me because we had done most of the work already.
But was it
So
difficult?
I would say no, because I had already done a lot of the hard work back home. And then when I came, the first few weeks, I was doing all of the hard work, most of it. So with the trainer came to, let me know the exact things that are expected of me. Added on, I love her so much. My trainer is a very great trainer. She trained me so well, put the confidence in me. There were times she had to, record a statement I need to say and stuff. I get back. She put in a lot for me, and we were a good team. And I was the first overseas midwife in my trust to write the OSCE.
Wow. And you
The pressure
passed.
was so much on both of us. And she's also a new, educator. When she came out as an educator, I was the first person for her to educate to
Oh.
write the OSCE. So it was a whole pressure for both of us. We had to, hit a mark. Being the first overseas midwife and me being her first student, you get it. And it was a great success for both of us. It was a one-time attempt. We hit it one time.
I can imagine.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. So with this being said, the trust support, since you came to the UK, first of all, are you enjoying your stay? How has the UK treated you so far? And then the trust support, how supportive has your trust been?
They've been so supportive. I would say 100% support. Back home, we used to hear stories of, coming from Africa as nurses and midwives, and you get your colleagues stigmatizing you and stuff. So we came with some sort of anxiety, the fear of the unknown, but it's just the opposite. With the trust support, the trust sponsored me, gave the COS. They reimbursed almost everything that I used in the process. All the test exam fees that I paid, they paid it back to me. Gave me 3 months accommodation as well. Paid my OSCE. The training too was taken care by them. People pay a lot of hundreds of pounds to be trained for OSCE if they are sponsoring themselves. So they did all this for me. And the police at work, the support is massive. Like everybody is ready to, help you get into the UK midwifery, practice. And
Yeah.
it's great.
Wow.
And when we came, it was kind of a bit cold, but it was just okay. We were getting into the summer, and then the summer hit, boom. It was hot. It was boiling hot. Even in Ghana, I've never experienced such. But
True.
I'm sure those in northern Ghana are those that will experience the kind of heat we experienced this year. So now it's getting chilly, and I'm happy because the summer was too much. So it's getting well. I'm enjoying my stay here in the UK.
Wow.
Seriously,
Wow. Wow, bless you. We have a few minutes to go, Josefyn. We have like less than 5 minutes to go. So your
wow.
final words, will you advise somebody to come to the UK to practice midwifery? And what are your final words for my viewers and my followers?
Okay. My final words is that, as I said, the first thing is to decide. If you have decided to come, then come. It's worth it. In the UK, you are exposed to a lot of, new things to learn. So if you want to come, it's an opportunity for you to advance. And educationally, the UK makes it easier for us to advance ourselves educationally. Very soon, I'll be going for a 4 day training, which I couldn't have gotten that easy if I was back home in Ghana. And persevere, just keep at it and you will hit it. And then don't forget, keep God first and He will make all things beautiful for you in His time.
True. If there is anything I've learned from today's interview with Josefyn, is perseverance, guys. I mean, she didn't relent, she didn't lay back, she wasn't comfortable. She forged ahead, she fought a good fight, and today she is a proud UKRM. And your story is like very top notch, with passing IELTS first attempt, having to write CBT twice, pushing through, applying for over 100 jobs, on track, and eventually having a job offer in a prominent NHS trust in England. I am super proud of you. And I wish you all the very best, really, in your profession in the UK. I wish you more wins, more successes, and I hope to have you back on my channel to tell us, to update us. So guys, I'm going to leave Josefyn's link to her channel. She's Josefyn Witness here on YouTube. I'll leave her channel link in my description box and in my bio. Guys, please go and follow her, worry her with all the questions. The midwives, like, now my ears are just busting. Please, the midwives, head on to Josefyn's channel, learn a lot from her, disturb her. She'll add you onto the Telegram and everything, give you all the guidance you need to know and everything you will need, every support. We are here to help you. Josefyn is here. She'll give you every support you need to make your transition very smooth. Josefyn, thank you so much for coming to my channel. And I wish you all the very best. And we'll meet again on my channel.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll draw a curtain to today's video. Until we meet again in my next video, guys. Bye.